Okay, should be live now. Mic's all good. So yeah, we should be live here for the Fire Cup series. I believe we're getting ready. We're getting set for qualifying. Okay, they have not started loading in yet, so I can't actually do it. Yeah, so I can't actually do can't actually join in for qualifying yet. We're gonna have qualifying, then we have our national anthem going. While we're waiting in between qualifying and the race, we will play the national anthem and then proceed to go into the race, which, of course, tonight is the second race of our playoffs here in the Fire Cup series. Dodge, with his win last week, will pretty much all but lock himself in to the next round, assuming he makes this race and the next one. And, of course, he is... just double checking. Yes, he is currently in the party, so he should be good to go for actually like joining in the race, or like he should be able to make this race. So he's theoretically locked in, assuming he makes next week at Michigan. But the other drivers are separated by a total of 7 points from second to eighth in the playoffs, and 2 guys get eliminated after next week. So this could shake up the standings for a lot of them, depending on how tonight goes. So here we go. Just kind of waiting it out. Okay, there we go. They are racing in qualifying. Hopefully tonight goes a little smoother than it did the other night. Oh, come on. I don't need a copyright issue tonight. That's not what I need. I don't need copyright issues tonight. There we go. But yeah, so we're getting ready to go, qualifying here. So yeah, here we go, getting ready to go green flag in qualifying. Hopefully it'll actually let us into the race this time. It's the Bass Pro Shops NRA night race that we're doing. Here we go. Yes, we're actually gonna get to watch racing. Wow. Oh, and well, that is a way to start. A plus. You know what? Give it up for Chuck. Come on. Good job, Chuck. You wrecked it on lap 1 of qualifying. I don't even know what caused that. I think the 24 wasn't like at the controller when it went green. Looks like Tino is now dropping to the back to get this thing figured out. We got some interesting, weird car there. Okay. Just kind of going through. We got Betty White in the 48. We got, JP in the 18 already in the pits. We got what looks like, is that a 88 car of Gull? Oh no, 88. Is 88 Warrior? No, Warrior's Warrior's this really cool 11 car. Also, 360 camera. Why don't we have it? It was in NASCAR Heat 3. Why can't I have access to it in Heat 4? But yeah, so we got Beast Move, we got Liquid Dog. We got Dodge Dakota, we've got Chiller, we've got Tino, and also let's just run through the playoff guys and where they stand currently in line. So we have points leader, as I mentioned earlier, Dodge Dakota. He's driving the number 4 Busch Beer Ford Mustang, and he will be driving. And he is 24 points to the good entering this race. after his win last week. Of course, the win doesn't lock him in, but the points are definitely a big help. Then, I believe second in points. I'm going to double check this real quick because I actually have the points up next to me. Second in points is actually the 42 of Beast move here. As he is 4 points above the cut line. Chiller in the 24 is 2 points above the cut line. The 88 of Gull is also 2 points above the cut line. Hail Betty White in the number 8 car. Where is Betty White anyway? Is he on a custom 8 this week? Oh no, he's in the 48. Whoops, I forgot he swapped to the 48. Okay, so Betty White, he is in the number 48. And he is 1 point to the good. The 18 of JP, who appears to have had some kind of issue in qualifying and will not qualify for the rate, or will not get a qualifying spot. He and Liquid are tied for the final spot, in which Liquid would win the tiebreaker. Of course, they won't be tied after. Oh, and once again, the 9 car spins out in qualifying, and the 42 just plowed him. Wow. But yeah, so JP and Liquid are tied on that cut line, one above, one below, and right now JP would be the one below because of the fact that he has the worst of the 2 best finishes, and then Kraken is Kraken driving the number 54. This one here comes into this race 3 points below the cut line, looking for a good day to point his way back up into the top, however many in points. Top 6 in points. There we go. English, math, something, numbers. But I'm speaking. I don't know. But yeah, so we got a fun set of guys though. We've also got some guys that aren't in the playoffs that are here racing. We've got Warrior driving the number 11. Mario Andretti throwback. We've got who else is for non-playoff guys? Oh yeah, Tino in the 14 Blue Def car. Is that all we have for non-playoff guys here tonight? Guess that shows you how strong our playoff field is. But yeah, this race though is going to be a ton of fun. Oh, the 24 hard into the wall again. A lot of these guys seem to be struggling here in qualifying as they are getting ready for the race. So, definitely appears like it's going to be a tough night for some of these guys, especially as they try and get the handling on their car on the new game. But, of course, we know that stuff can change in an instant. Like that these points can swing, especially the fact that the bottom 7 in the championship are separated by 7 points. I mean, one position per, each position is a point essentially. I mean, that can really change it up really quick. Of course, I have no way to tell if we're at the end of the race or not. Oh, and the 9 car spins out again. It seems like a lot of them are having trouble figuring out the exit of these corners. But yeah, we've seen a couple guys come into the pits for adjustments to try and lay down that fastest lap, try and set a new fastest lap. But yeah, it looks like though we might be winding down, considering the fact that a lot of these cars are running single file. Yeah, this looks like, so it looks like qualifying is over. I don't have a way to confirm it or not, but those cars are definitely running a slow pace speed. So, qualifying is over with for the race, so we'll see who is on the pole, and then we'll get this national anthem, then we'll get pre-race started with national anthem. As well, so hopefully everybody will be able to Be ready for that. I don't. So it looks like, yep. Okay, so there's my invite to rejoin the race when proper when it gets done. But let's see who the poll's. Let's see who's gonna be starting on the poll. Let's see, and Dodge Dakota is on pole once again for a race. So we're gonna get pre-race started with the national anthem.
Oh, see, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight, all the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets regular, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave? Oh, the land of the free and the home of the
Okay, there we go. National anthem's done. Let's get into this race. Now I don't know if they started without me because they might not realize that pre-race was going on or something because I saw them sending invites. Of course, I don't control what they do. I would have assumed that they would have been stopping and waiting for the national anthem to get done, but I guess we'll see when we get in there, assuming we get in there on the first try. I just hope that we get in here on the first try because I've had a lot of connection issues with this game thus far. Yeah, we're 11 minutes past 9 for start time. That's actually pretty good. We're making pretty good time on getting this thing started, especially compared to previous nights when we've been questioning whether it was going to get started. Like half an hour late. So it looks like half the field is on pit road already. Was there a wreck that I missed? Well, let's talk to our pole sitter and apparently still out front, Dodge Dakota. Hey, Dodge Dakota, you got a copy?
Yes, sir, I got you.
So first off, what ended up happening, because I just got in here and I see what looks like already under a caution. Also, congrats on winning that pole.
I have no idea. I have no idea what was going on back there in the back. But thank you about the poll, though.
Yeah, I was just waiting for the, because we were doing pre-race and whatnot with the national anthem, and I ended up getting in here, and you guys already look like you guys have had a wreck somewhere in the field.
Yeah, I don't know exactly what was going on back there. But it's probably going to be like this for the majority of the night.
Okay, well, hey, you know what? If it ends up like this at the end of the race, you know what that means?
Do what?
If it ends up like this at the end of the race, you're the winner.
Yes, sir. Trying to do it.
There we go. We just heard from the race leader as they were going green. Just got a quick interview there with him before we went green. Of course, would have done that pre-race, but we kind of ran out of time with the national anthem. And them apparently starting without waiting for it. So, here we go. We got Dodge Dakota leading the charge into the... Oh, and we got a spin in the back. Yeah, that's the 24 round. Someone else in the wall as well towards the back. That was the 48 of Betty White. Yeah, so that looks like that'll probably end up slowing this field back down for another caution. Probably. I mean, I can't imagine that many cars were sideways and there wasn't a two-car incident somewhere. Let's see. Does he back down the pace? Yeah, he backs down the pace massively. And 14 spins. Let's dial up that 48 there. Because Betty White comes in 1 point above, and he was just involved in that one. Hey, Betty White, you got a copy?
Your road's closed.
Hey, Betty White, you got a copy?
Yeah, I got a copy. What's up?
Oh, well, I was trying to figure out what happened because I was watching the battle for the lead, and then I saw the 24 spin, and then I saw you in the wall there. And, of course, you enter the day 1 point to the good.
I think the 24 got lost. Yeah, the 24. Wrong pitch, fucking ass.
Oh, man. Well, who was that just led like a train of you guys down the wrong pit lane? No one's pitting on the backstretch.
Monkey see, monkey do.
Hey, at least like half the field did the same thing. But yeah, so Betty White, of course, with you coming in 1 point to the good, you're looking to try and gain as many as you can throughout this race.
Yeah. I'm trying to, man. I'm trying to keep my composure. You know, I've already been smacked in the back with 18's already smacked in the back of me already, and I had to do this in retaliation. But
yeah, what brought out the first?
Trying to keep my cool, man.
Yeah, what brought out the first caution anyway? Because I must have missed something.
First caution, me, Kraken, and JP went 3 wide. And or I think it was
okay. Anyone 3 wide with JP is not a good idea. Have you guys not learned that much yet?
Yeah, definitely not.
Okay. Well.
Yeah.
Good luck in getting back to through the rest of this field, and hopefully you can end up back in position to earn some points here at the end of the race. Of course, points aren't paid till the end of the race, so you've got a lot of time to get back there.
Yeah, I'm just gonna race my race and hope, just gonna race the track and see what happens. I'm using my AirPods, bro.
Yeah, I was gonna say his mic is definitely not anywhere near him. I can tell from just the audio quality, and I do not like the fact that they have that it can end up on just stuck on this camera here. Because I've got options to go to that camera whenever I want. Like, come on. There we go. I want this kind of camera angle. Like, I just cycle through these kinds of camera angles for that option. Like, don't force it into this camera angle style. Like, come on. To be honest, I kind of wish it was more of a copy paste of the other other spectator booth, because there's a few features that I'm just kind of missing from that. But here we go. We got Dodge Dakota race leader. And are we going to get through one lap without a wreck? I saw something spin out back, but I'm not really sure what it was. Oh, the 24 was around, but I don't know if that's a one-car incident and if we're going to count that because Bristol is a fairly compact track, and if someone spins near the back, they will be pretty much right in the leader's way pretty soon. Of course, with this spin, because of how short off the restart it wasn't necessarily a big problem. But of course, we don't want to say, oh, it was a one-car spin, so we're not going to throw the caution and just let the race leader kind of just run into the back of the field, or run into the back of the field as they're wrecking. Or have to lose the lead because of that. Oh, 42 up in the wall. Looks like the 88 not having necessarily the best of days. Of course, I'll try and keep you guys updated on who is in and who is out with these, but it's kind of hard considering everybody's kind of scattered all over the track right now. I'm trying to figure out where everybody is in. Oh, and the 11 hard in the wall. Are we gonna see that become a caution here, or? Because of course, we don't throw cautions for just a one-car spin, basically to avoid someone spinning themselves out to get the caution flag. To save their own race. But yeah, we've got Dodge Dakota still leading the points. And to be honest, I think Dodge Dakota leading right now is the worst thing for everyone. Except for Dodge. Because if Dodge wins tonight, that means that everybody behind Dodge is just going to shuffle up where they are in points. I believe Beast Move, Kraken would both be in under the current running order. Liquid would be in. Betty White would be in. Wait, where's the 18 at? I guess we'll see how he stacks up here. I'm actually gonna dial up. I'm gonna try and dial up. What do we want to dial up? No, let's dial up Beast Move because I saw him have dive down pit road. Hey, Beast Move, you got a copy? Hey, Beast Move, you got a copy? In 42, got a copy?
Oh yeah, my bad, Ryan. What's up, man?
Well, you came into the day with a 4-point lead. Does that give you any kind of comfort, knowing that you don't necessarily have to gain points to stay above the cut line going into Michigan next week? Oh,
Yeah, I'm
as
just
the
trying to run my
24
race,
spins
man,
out
just
again.
finish where I can. Really just try to get the most points out of the night, and if I can get Dodge to the line, he got a strong car. Kraken's got a strong car. That boy Goal finished started second. Just try to keep my nose clean, man. No, we're not going yet. Not going yet. But overall, just trying to keep my nose clean, keep the car clean, and bring it home.
Well, hey, you know what? That is a very clean-looking McDonald's paint scheme. And I happen
Thank
to
you,
know,
sir.
and I happen to know one
we'll try
fan
to
you
bring the
probably
victory
have
lane.
gained from having that paint scheme on tonight.
What's that?
But yeah, here we go. Getting ready to go back green flag here. Coming off the corner, and we're back green flag, and Dodge is once again away with the lead, while the guys that really need to be racing for points are kind of right about where they need to be, and oh, they are scattered there. So right now, Kraken, it looks like he would, he needs to basically gain collectively like 3 points on like multiple guys here. Gull, though, needs to have basically a not losing day. Warrior needs to have Warrior doesn't need anything. thing. He's just racing for the sake of racing at this point, going for those race wins. But just trying to keep you guys updated on where the championship stand competitors are. But the 14 has actually moved all the way up into 5th place, it looks like, right now. So 14 on the move on the restart, it looks like. But yeah, the battles though around the racetrack for the points, I mean, especially considering there are non-playoff guys here that are also still competing for essentially 5th in the championship at the end of this thing or whatever. They are really competing and gonna be going nose to nose against each other here. We got Michigan next week. That will be our championship or our cutoff race, where 2 guys will be cut from the field. And oh, what a funny one too to have nose to tail there. We've got JP and the driver. And I guarantee he knows this, but he is tied with that 9 car in points. And oh, we see it as he goes to the apron, and he just slides right up into the 9 and puts him in the wall. The 24 hard spins into the wall again as well. Might try and dial him up after this one on the radio, figure out what exactly caused that, because he just seemed to have a really mishandling car tonight, which of course only coming in with a 2-point cushion. He is definitely chancing himself missing this next round of the playoffs. If he has a bad night tonight, could put himself on the burner on the cut line going into the final race of the round. We see Tino slide down the track there as Beast Move makes the pass on him for 3rd. And oh, we see a car around in front of the leaders. Of course, he was ghosted, so they were able to go on through him without any issue. And the 24 against the wall on the front stretch, and he is stuck right now, and he is trying to get this thing straightened back out. But he is definitely not having the day he needs. Considering the points coming into this race were only 2 points to the good for him. So he definitely needed a good day here. Let's see. But yeah, really though, let's see. So Warrior is about 12th in points. Tino is looking to actually pass a couple guys in points here. If he can just have a solid finish today, because a couple guys didn't show up to this race. Of course, that is not that important, though. We've got a pretty single file. We got a little bit of single file green flag racing here at this point, which I didn't think we were going to see much of today, and so far we haven't. And we've seen quite a few spins and crashes, but it looks like JP is kind of struggling as well at the moment. You see Gull making the pass on the 48 there. And oh, there goes the 48 to the inside. 48 passes the 88 back around. Of course, 48 and 88 are only separated by 1 point. So that's an important battle because, again, every position is a point, except for that race win, which has a bit of a points gap to the rest of the field. But oh my, does that become a close one? Oh, and that Toyota nearly got his nose chopped off. And of course, going into next round is going to be a pain for everybody that gets there, especially the guys that end up close on points after this one. Of course, everybody's trying to build up a points gap by winning this race and earning a few more playoff points to carry into next round. Like Dodge is looking to gain a few more. Oh, wow, we got a cluster on the backstretch there of guys that have kind of spun out or trying to get straightened back out here. And once again, we see the 9 and the 18 kind of running together on the track. So, I'm going to say that is no doubt keeping it in JP's head that he needs to finish ahead of this 9 at the end of the day. There goes the number 9 up into the wall, but Yeah, so the majority of the field has kind of gotten spread out into a bunch of mini packs from all the spins and crashes that have happened. Oh, and the 9 car loses it, goes hard into the wall. Oh, and he is hit by the 48 in a T-bone style crash. That is no doubt going to bring out that caution flag. And for a guy that came in on the cut line, tied for the final spot, that is certainly not going to be good for his playoff hopes. Well, let's dial up Liquid on the radio, though, while we got the chance, because we do have the chance to talk to these guys, which is awesome, to be honest. Love getting to talk to the guys under cautions. Hey, Liquid, you got a copy? Hey, number 9, you got a copy?
You, Betty White. Or shit, Warrior. I think, I don't know.
Hey, number 9, you got a copy?
I'm ninth. No, it's just, yeah, it's just you, Warrior. So I gotta wait till they pit till I can go around.
Hey, Liquid, you got a copy? Hey, Liquid, you got a copy? Hey, number 9 car, one last chance. You got a copy?
Yeah, I got a copy.
So, a little bit of an incident there with the 48, it looked like. After a single car spin turned into a bit more.
Yeah, the 18 got into me earlier. Kind of made my car run a little different, and I couldn't. I was fighting it after that.
And say, could any of that have possibly come from the fact that you guys entered this race tied for the cutoff spot?
Yeah, he's gonna race me hard tonight. And, he's the only one I'm really focused on right now.
Okay, well, hey, you know what? Hopefully you can get a break with that Napa Brakes car.
Yeah, I hope so. Napa know-how.
Yeah, the Napa know-how. Are you selling that on pies as well as the snack shack after the race? Because I might go grab one.
Absolutely.
If you remember that MTJ commercial from back when he was at Michael Waltrip racing, yeah. Well, hey, good luck in the race, and maybe you can come out of here with a big points gap to the rest of the guys, or maybe even a win.
Thank you, sir.
Sounds really sounds really confident about that. So here we go. We got guys all over the track looking for their first win in this season, or in this series as a whole. And here we go. They're spread out, and there's the green flag. Green flag's off, and the 4 car once again away with the lead. But he drifts up the track, and he's going to give the lead away for the first time all night. Someone other than the 4 car is going to lead a lap. And that's going to be the 54. 54 looks like he's going to have the advantage going into 4. He's going to lead at the stripe, though, is the question. Oh, and the 42 spins. So yeah, so the 54 has led a lap now, but the 42 just got spun. Not sure if that was driver error or if that was a spin from someone else basically getting a hold of his car and going for it for a move to try and take him out here. But here we go, riding on the hood now with this 14 car. The Toyota Camry versus the Ford Mustang. He gave him the bumper to get to the inside, but isn't really able to get alongside it. Oh, he clips the apron there. Ends up having to, looks like, give the spot up a bit now. Of course, we got guys kind of stuck back in the pack, like the number 9 that we just talked to on the radio. Kind of just stuck in the pack, trying to make his way forward. But he's kind of just stuck in traffic for right now. We got the number 11 looking to the inside of the 48. We got the number 18 looking to make a move on the 4. Oh, and the 14's around. 14 gets T-boned by the 88 team. And is there more carnage from it, or is that all that she rode? I mean, certainly, I think we need to talk to one of those two guys. Man, let's go. Let's go talk to the 14 because he was running second there, and I don't know what even got him spinning in the first place. Actually, are they even under caution? Because I probably should check that. Yeah, okay, they are under caution. Okay. Just wanted to make sure they were before I start chatting. Hey, Tino, you got a copy? Hey, 14, got a copy?
Oh, hey, what's going on, buddy?
Well, looked like it was going to be going pretty good for you. Looked like you were looking for the lead, and then just suddenly, while I was watching some of the other battles back in the pack, looked like you just spun out or something. Not sure if that was driver error or someone chopped your nose off.
I barely tapped the brake, and she went sideways on me. I couldn't stop her. I actually made a little bit of damage to one of the drivers, so that's my fault.
Yeah, the 88 looked like he T-boned you there.
Just trying to turn.
But yeah, so of course no championship implications for you. So you're looking like you get the win though.
Yeah, all right, buddy. Thank you.
Okay, I guess we're getting close to the restart because that seemed a bit rushed, but yeah, so there we go. We just heard from the driver, the number 14, and the 48, who we just talked to about being 1 point on the outside looking in, or on the inside looking out, I mean. 1 point to the good. He's now on the front row, along with the guy that was 3 points out, so as of right now, I believe the front 4 would all be in, Dodge would be in, and then I believe the last guy that would be in would be, I think it might be, oh wait, yeah, the front 4 would be in. Oh, oh no, JP out of the race. Oh, here we go, going green, and JP is now out of this thing. That is going to put him in a massive hole going into this decider at that is going to put massive pressure on him at the next race at Michigan. Of course, self-admittedly, it's one of his better tracks on the schedule, but still, you never want to be in that situation where you have to win the race, and even then, it might not be good enough with the points hole from that. Especially if these two guys continue to run up front that are running up front right now. I mean, right now, I think best case scenario for JP is that they finish in the same order that the points were already, pretty much, so that he doesn't lose too many points. And we see contact between the 48 as the 14 was going for the race lead. And now they're trying to go 4 wide. That's not going to work. Tons of contact there, but they all stay going the right way, and we're going to stay green somehow there. Against the odds, we end up staying green flag there. The 4 car is trying to make his way back up to the front here. Oh, and the 42 has an issue into the wall pretty hard there. And Tino to the race lead after being involved in that most recent caution. Of course, let's see, and yeah, there's the 42 is on pit road. Wow. Oh no, he's on the wrong pit lane. What? Man, I keep getting confused with the wrong pit lane and everything, like, because there's pit lane on both sides. But yeah, now the 4 cars looking to the inside of, He just doored Gull there into the wall. But right now, really all that Dodge is really worried about right now is just trying to get to victory lane to build up a bit more of a points gap going into this round of 6, because the round of 6 is a big one for a lot of these drivers. A lot of them have it circled on their radars. A lot of their least favorite tracks all ended up in there. And looks like the 11 had an issue again. So the 11, 88 have both had issues on this run. And it looks like the 14 has just kind of gotten away with this one with the lead for now, and he's building up a pretty good one as well. The 9 car to second. That's certainly not something JP wanted to see happen, considering he's battling with the 9 for points position. And the 9 car spins. Collects the 48, and so certainly JP is going to be below the cut line at the end of this race. Now the question is who else is going to be below it? So right now the points as they run would be JP way below the cut line by like 6 points. I believe Kraken would be in with his race win. I think the next one would be Chiller actually in the points, because he came in with a 2-point gap, but he's so far back. I mean, lots of these guys seem to be just having bad days that are potentially just going to be getting worse and worse. Who's running second there to the 14? Oh, that's the 11. Or the 11 is second in the line, at least. Let's chat with the number 54, since he came in so far below this cut line. Hey, Kraken, you got a copy? Hey, 54, you got a copy?
Damn, Dodge, I hit you hard enough to get damage?
54, got a copy?
Oh, shit, it didn't look like that on my screen.
Hey, does the 54 have a copy?
Supposed to come out this week. I got him muted. Hold on. All right.
Hey, 54, you got a copy?
Oh, shit! No, I'm just joking.
Okay, so I guess the 54 does not have a copy on us. So, we'll talk to the guy who has been leading net points in this race. Well, he'll probably be exciting again. So it looks like they're going to do one more pace lap around. Tino and Dodge Dakota on the front row. That's going to be a fun one to see. Then you've got the 11 of... Wow, you've got 3 Fords in the front of this field. Then you've got a Chevrolet in Gull, a Toyota in Kraken, and I think the rest of the field pretty much is all Chevrolet. Yeah, the back 4 or the back 5 are all Chevrolet. From third on back is all Chevrolet, except for of course the Toyota of JP, who is out of the race. But this 14 got a great launch on the restart, but the 11 got there all pretty much to his inside. Yeah, there he is. They're going to battle side by side off this corner. And here we go. Why do I keep saying the 9? They have such similar paint schemes this week, but here we go. The 14 and the 11 battling side by side 14's going to get the run off the corner. The 11 isn't. Oh, 14 gets hard and makes pretty significant contact there with the wall. Now he's going to be taken 3 wide by 88 M4. He pulls out ahead of both of them off the top side there. But now race leader though, I like how the front two the two people at the front of this field are both non-playoff contenders, which is great to just kind of show that how strong the non-championship contenders are. And oh, speaking of championship contenders, we got a wreck. Was that the 24? Yeah, 24 and 48 both piled in there in that one. So it looks like the 24 might be definitely seems to be having a bunch of issues. Let's dial him up for this caution. Hey, 24, you got a copy?
Unfortunately.
Well, of course, you had that 2-point buffer coming into this race. Looks like you've had a little bit of an ill handling car tonight. Think you're gonna be able to fix it here coming into the pits?
Oh, a little? You think? You sure?
I
mean,
mean,
yourself on that. The fucking majorly fucking bullshit.
I mean, I think it might just be a tad loose, from what I've seen.
I don't care. This car doesn't matter how tight I want to fucking put it. As soon as it comes off a 2, woo, wants to do donuts like I fucking won the goddamn race. Motherfucker.
Well, as I say, there's a few bright sides at least, though, to how it's gone so far. Of course, the unfortunate exit of JP, that's one car that you don't have to outrace for points, and coming in with a 2-point gap should end up with you still having a shot at being above this cut line, especially since points are only earned at the end of the race.
I mean, I've got a half-ass decent short run car, but I need that short run, and it's not gonna happen. I don't think it's gonna happen.
Well, good luck. You've got those flames on the side of your car. Hopefully you can find your way to victory lane here.
We can hope.
Can't we all? The 24 finds his way to victory lane. But yeah, I think I was okay there with that interview. Only I was too mean to someone who's having a pretty bad day for his level of usual performance. Here we go, coming down the front stretch. Green flag is out, and they're racing. So here we go. The 9 car surges around the outside, but he's got no help. 3 wide behind, 3 wide for the lead, 3 wide for the lead. Puts the 9 car, 14 puts the 9 in the wall, and he maintains the race lead somehow. I did not see that coming at all. I thought once they got 3 wide, I thought Dodge Dakota on the bottom was going to be able to power around the 14 and take that lead, but I guess not. But here we go, and now the 4 and the 14 are still battling side by side. Looked like the 4 got there on the apron a bit, but I mean, we've got 2 very different approaches to this one. You've got 14 who's riding the high side, and we've got the 4 car who's been going low a lot of the time, but he kind of just followed the 14 through the corner that time, running in line pretty much with him. Let's see, he gets alongside him now on the entrance to the corner and clears him coming off the corner after contact with the wall for the number 14 car. Here we go. Now the 4 car is going to try and see if he can run away with this one. He wants that 14, though, to maintain his position currently because, of Of course, if he's earning points there, then none of his championship contenders are. Granted, of course, he can only eliminate 2 of them in this round. It's not like if everybody has a bad race that it eliminates more cars. But here we go. The 54, though, trying to work his way back through the pack. Has to get by that 88 first to get to the to try and get back up towards where he was early in this race. But Dodge Dakota is trying to check out on this one. It looks like as he and the 14 kind of have gotten spread out. Now the 54 is coming. Oh, the 11 is actually battling with the 24, or not 24, 42. Man, but yeah. So I don't know if it's a 42 lap car or is he battled his way all the way up there for position when I wasn't noticing. I'm not really sure, but yeah, we've got a really good turnout tonight. And oh, there goes that contact with the wall for the number 11 car. And here we go, a Toyota trying to make a pass on the brand new Ford Mustang body. Of course, oh, all these cars are pretty new to these drivers, considering this game's only been out for about a week, 2 weeks now. Oh, and the 11 car, slow spin off the corner in the backstretch. And that's going to really mess up his car there. And of course, the 4 car, really hoping for no caution called on that one. But yeah. Let's see. We got the 4. Oh, and it looks like they are throwing the caution for something, maybe? Or maybe the 4 car was just slowing down for the corner. That's the problem with some of these slower tracks, that they can not throw the caution, but still have it at points look like they're going slow enough to where they could look like they're under caution even if they aren't. Just because that's how different the pace in some of these cars is. But here we go. The 4 car has about a half a straightaway lead on the 14, who is the next car for position, it looks like. He's got nearly a straightaway lead now. I mean, he is pulling away now, and he is now looking to the inside of the 9. Gets by the 9. Now he's got his sights set on this 24 and is just kind of picking them up and putting them down. And oh, the 4 car driver error there. Like a self-inflicted driver error there. Single car spin. And I don't think that's going to get a caution, to be honest with you. Question is, though, was he far enough ahead to where he didn't even really he didn't lose the lead off of that wreck? No, he definitely lost the lead off of that one, it looks like. Yep, so he is now down by about a quarter of a lap. So he is definitely not the race leader anymore. We got the 54 and the 14 battling for the race lead. Of course, 14 has that bit of a gap now back to him, but now the 14 is going to try and do what the 4 car was unable to do, and that is to put this 9 car a lap down. Of course, the 24 also kind of went a lap down there in the process, just due to him having a poor handling race car so far in the night. But yeah, man, this race car, though, I mean, I kind of wish we had the 360 camera back, to be honest. And that's probably the feature I miss most from the Heat 3 booth, or from the Heat 3 spectator mode. I mean, I was hoping for upgrades, not downgrades, when we got the new game, but I mean, it's not, the downsides aren't too bad. just kind of wish that with how much better everything else about the game was, there would have been some improvements to this. But yeah, looks like the 54 though now is your 54-42 is your front two. It looks like. Then third is Dodge Dakota. Dodge has battled his way back up into the top three here, and the 14 has appeared to have a major issue of some kind. So now the number 9 is battling hard with the number 54 for position here. And of course these two also are separated by about 3 points on the cut line right now. As Liquid is the first guy in, or was coming into this race was the first guy in, and we got cars. The 11 was stopped down was slow down the front stretch, and I think this 14 might have just gotten one of the luckiest pit stops of his life, because he was on pit road when everybody wrecked there. Well, let's see if we can dial up Kraken again, see if he's got a copy this time. Uh-oh. Actually, one sec. Hey, Dodge, Dakota, and Liquid, you guys got copies?
Yeah, go ahead, Ryan.
Just letting you guys know, I was just checking the party. Warrior's mic is disconnected, so in case you guys hadn't figured that much out, he can't hear you guys, and you guys probably can't hear him, from what it looks like.
He runs good enough. He'll be fine. We'll be aware of that, though.
Yeah, just figured I'd let you guys know in case you guys weren't aware.
Chilla just backed out.
Yeah, he's probably back now because he's frustrated with this race so far.
Yeah.
But yeah, well, good luck in the rest of the race to both of you guys. Just figured I'd let you guys know since you were the first to the kingdom that I figured could figure out how to handle that.
Warrior left.
Did Warrior leave or?
And I'll send them both invites in case they are still racing, but I don't see them on. So I'm gonna just assume that. Oh, okay, so Warrior does need a party invite. There we go. Okay, so we haven't really been able to do much under this caution because of all of this. No, I'm trying to make sure that everybody's got mics and whatnot. So here we go. Getting ready to go back green, I believe, this time. So we got the 24 and the 18 both in the pits with disconnects. So it looks like they will be the two guys who are going to be on the outside looking in at the next race. Of course, this could all change though with how these last few laps, or how the last several laps come out here. So we don't really know what's going to happen. I'm coming down the stretch. Oh, someone hit the wall there. Was that Warrior in the... Well, no, that was Gull there in the 88. Yeah. But right now we got Dodge Dakota back out front. Second is the 48 of Hail Betty White. Third is Beast Move, who came in with the biggest points gap, so he should still maintain first or second in the championship. He came in with the biggest points gap of the people that could end up on the outside looking in after today. Then the 54 doing everything he needs to try and gain these 3 points that he desperately needs on the others. Of course, the thing with the DNF is that you're still gonna gain a ton of points because, or you're not gonna lose that many points because of how few cars actually are in the race. I mean, but of course, you hate to see anyone lag out, and that was, I mean, we had a strong 11 car field at the beginning of tonight, which I think that's a pretty good turnout. Definitely looking to expand going into this next season, though, in multiple ways. Gonna work on upgrading the broadcast quality. Gonna try and get a lap counter like down on the bottom of the screen, because apparently there's a live running order up there, so I don't know how much that actually updates, though, because his goal is running second or something, which that certainly isn't happening right now. But yeah, Dodge Dakota still, man, he seems to be pretty good everywhere we go, but I mean, a lot of these guys have been having a lot of trouble tonight, including we saw a mistake out of Dodge Dakota, something we don't see very often from that guy. I mean, he's got, I think it's 4 or 5 wins already this year on top of an all-star win. I mean, man, what has that guy not won this year? I mean, he's been doing really well. Oh, and we got the 48 a little bit loose there, and the most popular driver in the series is looking to make a pass. Goes to the inside on Jimmy. Gets shoved into the outside wall by and is now battling with Hail Betty White there for position. We've just got so many guys on so many different agendas. Like, we've got the 11 and the 14 that are just here to win. They have no sense of championship implications because they did not make the playoffs this year, or whatever, the chase or whatever we're calling it. And then there's guys like Dodge Dakota, who's only really out here to try and pick up some more playoff points going into the next race. Yeah, so Dodge is looking to try and pick up a few more points that are going into the that are gonna travel with him to the next round, because of course playoff points, they only carry through to the very next round after. So like all his points he's built up in the regular season go away, except for the playoff points when he starts the round of 8. Then the round of 6 is just the playoff points that he's earned in the round of 8. Then the championship 4 is just a straight up 4 drivers going for the championship at, I believe, Phoenix is where the championship is being held this season. But yeah, we've got a solid 5 weeks still left in this season. I'm looking forward to bringing pretty much all to bring all this content to you guys. Oh, and the 9 cars in the wall kind of working their way through lap traffic right now. While the 42 is way out in front. But yeah, so the 42 is way out in front right now of the other leaders. So it looks like he is having. But yeah, he has had a pretty good drive this this run here. The 42, who is definitely looking like he is gonna. Of course, he still needs the points to ensure himself into this next round, and any bit of buffer he can put between himself and the rest of the field can help it. No, the 48's around and collects the. Oh, man, that was 3 big hits for playoff implications, but more importantly, race implications. I mean, the 4 car, one of the strongest cars tonight so far. Oh, the 48 out of the has lagged out of the party. I'll try and get him an invite back in, but man, those implications right there. I mean, we'll dial up. I'll try and dial up someone if we got time after I get this invite. Man, I got too many people on my friends list right now. Try and get him an invite back to the party if he is still in the race. Oh, uh-oh. Looks like he and, looks like they might have opened pit road already. Well, let's see if we can dial up the 9 of Liquid. Hey, Liquid, you got a copy? Hey, Liquid, you got a copy?
Hey, I'm okay with it. Yeah, I got a copy.
So what happened there? It looked like just kind of someone got loose in front of you and spun.
No, Betty White decided to turn around and take the field out.
Well, hey, I mean, isn't that one way to
So
try
that's
and get most popular driver award by taking out the guy that's won more races than everybody else?
Well, that's just, can't be doing that, man.
No, I completely agree. I'm just poking fun at the fact that the guy that he took out pretty much directly was the guy that's won the most races this year. Well, hopefully, of course, with the unfortunate exits of both JP and the 24, that should give you a pretty good opportunity to try and point your way in so that you're on the inside looking out going into the next race. So, and of course, next race we eliminate 2 drivers.
Yep. I mean, hey, the cards fell into my hand tonight. So,
well, do you know what the most important part about the race, about this race
laps
right now is?
What's that?
You've still got 4 wheels on your car, so drive it.
Yeah, I figured I'd rather watch the race from the stands than be in it.
Well, hey, I mean, there's no rule saying that you can't take your car all the way up to those grandstands. I mean, as long as there's a big enough space for you to land
I've
it.
tried.
I mean, these are pretty much airplanes.
Betty White's still in here?
He left the party, but he's still in the race. I sent him an invite to the party, so he should be getting back in here. Yeah. But he does not have any communication, though, currently with anyone. So, yeah, there we go. We just talked to the driver of the number 9 there. Had some fun poking around. I love joking around with these guys in the mid-race interviews and whatnot. Poking just a little bit of fun, especially considering right now there's a lot of just kind of pressure building up with the fact that next race is the cutoff race, and this is a short track where the tempers can fly. And of course, when you don't have any communication with the rest of the field, it can get a little nerve-wracking because it's like, okay, Well, is he gonna just wreck people intentionally, or is he gonna put his car in a spot where someone's gonna turn across the front of him, not knowingly or unknowingly? Wow, I cannot English today. But yeah, here we go. The 54 Kraken looks like he is gonna. No, he is not gonna clear the 42 off the high side, and instead the high side is gonna clear him off the inside. But no, the 42 is able to battle back using the high line to actually get by the 54 there on that restart. And now they're kind of bottling up as the 4 and the 11 also go by the 54. So now we got the 11 and the 4 battling for second position here. But yeah, we got the 11 actually looking for the race lead. What? The 11, 3 wide for the race lead. And the 11 holds it off the top of the racing line, and the 42 has kind of dropped back now through the through a couple of positions. The 42 is dropped back to third. The 4 car looking on that bottom side. Of course, we've seen that higher lane be the one that wins off the corner. But of course, we have not seen a car. Oh! Dodge gets into the quarter panel there, the 11. He's running only a lane down from the 11 now. He's not going to the extreme bottom. Oh, there he goes. He's going down a little closer to the extreme bottom. Getting side by side off the corner. Now entering the corner there. Neck and neck for the they were neck and neck there, but the 4 was able to clear him off the corner. And that's gonna massively separate out the or not massively separate out, but now Dodge Dakota, one of the fastest cars all night, is back to the race lead. Looks like Beast Move has lost a position as well now to the 54 of Kraken, who is I believe Kraken and Beast Move, they are the 2 extremes, so if they finish 7 spots apart, they will be tied for the position in points. Of course, I don't actually know who would win the tiebreaker in that case, but we also have guys. But right now they're running so close together that it's probably going to be Beast Move ahead of Kraken just based on points at the end of this one. But we've got the number 14 who's out here looking to try and get that first win in the Fire Cup Series with his antifreeze. Which, isn't that what fire is antifreeze? But yeah, and then we got the Napa Brakes car of the number 9. So if you guys are just joining us, we are in the second race of the of our playoffs here at the Fire Cup Series. We've got points leader Dodge Dakota leading the charge around Bristol. I don't actually know how many laps in we are. I've lost count. But we got a bunch of guys on different agendas. We've got 2 guys that are currently not in the playoffs that are out here racing around as well, trying to look to see if they can get their first win in the series. And of course, they could also play spoiler by taking a point or 2 from the playoff guys. And here we go. Dodge Dakota continues to lead, but the 11 has now fallen back. And he's now they've got the 2 non-point, or not non-points, but non-playoff cars together. Beast Move in the 42, he is one of the better off in points, so he doesn't necessarily need as good a day to still advance. And especially considering the cutoff race is next week. But they, of course, want to try and build up a bit of a points gap or dig themselves out of any hole that they might have created for themselves going into this race. So here we go. Now it looks like the 9 is now trying to get up here. They're just kind of all getting spread out and kind of just driving it into a longer run here. So we're gonna try and keep up some of this excitement. Oh, the 11 got loose again, and he has spun out just past, like just as the leaders were coming up to him, to put him a lap down. So of course, Dodge Dakota being your race leader, he is absolutely just storming ahead of everybody right now. And of course, Bristol was a race I was at in person, so it's pretty cool to see a track once you've been there in person. It's like, yeah, I was sitting right over there. Of course, I was pointing at a screen, and you guys can't see me pointing. But yeah, but Dodge Dakota is continuing to go off on his lead, and I believe that he has won, like, I believe, how many races has he won this year? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So he's won 5 points races this year and the All-Star race. Oh, and it looks like they are slowing down for a caution while I was looking at that data. I'm assuming that there was something happened there, but let's dial up the second place guy who's having a really good day there in Kraken and see if we can. Oh wait, now let's just dial up the race leader.
Yeah, whoever I lapped last.
Hey Dodge, you got a copy?
Exactly.
Hey Dodge Dakota, you got a copy?
Yes, sir, buddy.
Oh, so you're the race leader, if I'm not mistaken, right?
Man, I hope. Hopefully I can stay out front.
Any idea how many laps you guys have left and whatnot? I'm just trying to figure out like who's.
There's 78 laps left.
Okay. And any idea how many?
Put this Bush beer in Victory Lane. That will be very good.
And say that would build up a bit more. That's working on building up your points gap for the next round, because of course your playoff points that you've earned so far don't carry over to the next round with you. The only playoff points that'll carry over with you are points you earned in playoff points you earned in this round.
Correct.
So right now you've got 3 of them in the bank so far for next round. That'll come into effect next round.
I don't know. I mean, if I don't win tonight, I know I got a definitely confident car and great team and everything.
Yep.
Oh, sorry.
But yeah, so who do you think's probably got the best car, not counting yourself? Because of course you've had what looks like the dominant car all night.
JP.
You think JP's got the best car? Okay, well, let's see if he can win it.
Nah. I don't know. There's a couple. I'm gonna have to probably go with the 54, and I have to go with the 42. I mean, they've been right up with me all day. Majority of that 54. So, I see the 54 will probably be a good factor.
Well, do you want me to tell you the good news or the bad news?
Yes, sir. Hopefully we can get this Bush Ford Fusion up, or Ford Mustang, excuse me. I don't know why I said Fusion. This Ford Mustang to the front and get another win for Stuart Haas.
Yeah, do you want to hear some real quick good news and bad news about how it is right now?
What's that?
The 2 cars that you just said that were the fastest are lined up on your inside. Good news is you don't really have to worry about them in points.
Exactly.
Okay,
well, great, boys.
good luck, and I'll talk to you at the end of the race probably. Yeah, I try and wrap up those conversations close to the, like before they end up going green like that, but I got carried away. But yeah, so this 4 car though was able to actually get a pretty good launch there. Off the even though the cars didn't actually know, even though they didn't necessarily know who was gonna But yeah, I was kind of surprised though how much of a gap the 4 was able to build in that one lap. We got the 54 and the 42 that are battling for position, and of course those are some pretty fast cars as well that we've seen battle up near the front for the race lead and for the win here. For the race lead in this race, but we've seen them also battling for wins. And 2 cars simultaneously into the inside wall. It looks like that was the 11 of Warrior, the 48 of the 48 ally machine of Betty White, and the other car involved was, I'll try and figure it out real quick, it was I believe, yep, Gull. So for Phil Gull as well into the wall. So that's 3 cars there that have hit the wall relatively quickly, but they were all separate incidents, so we will stay green, especially since they've gotten their cars pointed the right direction since then. So here we go. The 4 cars established themselves as probably far and away the favorite to win this race, but 42, 54, both still digging and fighting here. We got a bit of a bottleneck here between the 54, the 14, and the 9. We're kind of all bottled up there, as well as it looks like that's the 11 as well. That was at the back of that 4-car pack here, racing for position inside the. I believe this is inside the top 5 or partially inside the top 5. So right now we got just kind of drivers all over the place on strategy and on what their goal is for this season. And it looks like the 48 has also pulled it into the garage, which that is going to help. That's actually, I believe, going to help the that's going to move the 24 back into on the inside looking out now, because actually, no, that's going to put them tied. Oh, boy. This is going to. I'm trying to just kind of piece together the points in my head from how I know they are coming into this race, and the fact that they're going to be separated by 1 position at the end of this race, if they are, in fact, out of the race. But, yeah, here we go. The 14. Trying to make the move on the inside of the 54. Gets there. And he gets there on the 54, and the 54 backs up to the front bumper of, I believe that was the 11 Ford Mustang. And the 14 spins, slow spin, and collects and almost looks like he waited for the 9 to come by to pick up the 9. Of course, I don't think that was the case. I think it was just a slow spin. But man, that 9, he is just getting beaten and battered here. Let's see if we can get a quick interview there with Tino, though, to figure out what happened there.
Back this 48 quit, did he?
Hey, Tino, you got a copy?
What the fuck? Yeah, I'm in here, buddy. Sorry, I got wrecked into the gas pits.
Well, no, what ended up happening there, it kind of looked like just a slow spin and just happened to be pretty poorly timed for the 9.
Yeah, I'm having trouble keeping this car every time I touch the brake, it just cuts left. It's like violent. And then I got turned into get pits, and now look at me.
Well, the good news is you're not running for the championship, so the points don't really matter to you. It's just about getting those wins if you can.
Well, I still wanna race
Yeah.
hard, man.
Yeah, I know. And especially when you don't have that great a car, it just makes you want to race harder so that you can still be just as competitive.
Hey, is Betty White? Do I get my lap back? Is Betty White right here?
Yeah, if Betty White is out of the race, which I think he is because of how long he's been in the pits, so then you would end up as the free pass, I believe. I don't know though how that works necessarily with you being kind of the cause for the caution. Because I mean, I don't think there's any doubt
We're
that
good
that
to
caution
go.
was for you, but okay. But yeah, you think you've got a car though to compete here tonight
Start in
still?
the back.
You got a good enough car to get back through this field? And get your laps back or
Anyway,
however many you
yeah,
got
we
back?
hope that thing's improved with the 14 car, and we hopefully put this thing in victory lane and just get a victory outside of the playoffs.
Well, good luck, and I'll talk to you in victory lane after this. Hopefully.
Oh, shit, my fault, Chuck. Shit.
Oh. The 11 car slides up the track right in front of the 14. Catches the 14, and I was trying not to keep him there too long as we were going to the green flag. I really try not to be chatting with them over the radio while they're going green, trying to let the drivers at least focus as they're going to the green flag. But as of right now, it looks like it looks like all the drivers here, I believe they're all, oh, and wait, we got a new leader. When did that happen? I hadn't even noticed the 42 McDonald's Chevrolet is now out in front of the field. In front of the Bush car here and they're going up and down the track here. Let's see, what can the 4 car make? Is the 4 car gonna make the pass? And the 50, was that the 88 that the 88 just completely slammed, cracking into the inside wall pretty hard. Not sure what's gonna come of that, if any kind of retaliation ends up coming from it. Of course, we'll try and see what happens there, but right now we got a pretty big battle for the lead here. Dodge Dakota trying to keep it. Beast Move trying to take it away. So, here we go. Man. So, it looks like, though, Gull is actually up to 3rd place right now, which I think is the highest he's been all day, pretty much. I mean, then the 14 is running 4th. 5th is that Napa Brakes car of Liquid Dog, and then the 11 is running 6th, just outside the top 5, and it looks like we still have a fairly strong list of drivers that are in the race despite the connection issues for some of the drivers, or frustration and just kind of throwing in the towel. Of course, we don't know how many of them left the race early or whatnot. No, like who chose to leave versus who lagged out. And I'm sure we'll probably see it on the chat later, like who chose to leave and whatnot and who lagged out. But for right now, though, the most important part is that the 4 car is leading. But I think some of the bigger stories are are some of these playoff guys that are having pretty good days, like Gull, who had just kind of had, for the most part, a pretty average season so far, barring that one standout finish at Talladega. had a fairly average regular season, and now he is running third in the race, and potentially looks like he could be going. Potentially, if everything falls his way, he could be going for victory lane later. Of course, he'd have to get pretty lucky with the 4 or the 24, or not 24, 42 getting into each other. But he is still running in a position that could at least gain him some points here. But right now he sees a 9 going for a pass here on the 14. But instead the 11 decides to try and attack the number 9. And man, they are just not letting up on each other here. Yeah, it's kind of unfortunate though that we have had so many drivers with some form of connection issue, because of course we love having all these drivers here, but especially for the guys that are running for points, that's certainly not going to help them in points at all. But yeah. So we got the 54 though, still trying to recover his day, and oh, the 9 car there had a bit of an issue. It looks like coming off the he just seemed to have a bad handling car there. With, I don't know if the toe is knocked out or something that's causing him to swerve like that or what. But no, he seems to be running just fine in the corners. Okay, I guess he was just. Oh, the 11 re-enters the track after it slide right in front of the 54, and really holds up the 54 quite a bit there. Here we go, battling side by side. The 54 has it. Will the 11 take it away? Nope. Oh, and the 9 car once again into the inside wall, having another issue of getting loose, which I think is roughly what happened to the 14 earlier that got into the 9. Now, of course, the 9 is looking to try and make some passes here on the drivers of the number 11 and the 54, trying to just gain some points to cushion himself a bit better over the cut line, because he will be. All the drivers that are still in the race that are in the playoffs are going to be to the good in points, except for maybe Kraken might still be on the cut line, or might still be below the cut line, but I believe the 2 below the cut line are going to end up being Betty White and JP. So yeah, this could be pretty interesting though, going into the race at Michigan next week, which of course I think you guys definitely should tune in next week, 9 p.m. Eastern. But of course we're not done here, and the 9 car gets sent hard into the outside wall. Ouch, that hurt. That had to have hurt. And if nothing else, I'm sure that hurt his feelings, seeing seeing someone. I don't know if it was someone got into him or just seeing the car come across the track, but yikes, that was very scary, especially as he was coming across in front of the leaders. I mean, he is just having a really rough day here. And it looks like, are they slowing down for a caution? Yeah, it looks like they are slowing down for a caution, so. Let's dial up this 88 since he's having a pretty good day. Hey, Gull, you got a copy?
Yeah, I got a copy there, regularly.
Oh, well, you're having a pretty good race here. I think this is probably the highest I've seen you running since about when you got that photo finish at Talladega with Chiller.
Yeah, we're trying to stay up towards the front. Well, that's Bristol. You never know what happened.
Well, the one thing I do know that happened, you are now pretty much guaranteed to be above the cut line going into Michigan with the carnage with the lag outs that have happened already, and the fact that you're running really well.
That sounds good to me, then. That means we can go balls to the wall at Michigan.
Yeah, I mean, you were 2 points to the lead coming into it, and now with those 3 being out of the race, I think estimating points right now, if you finish around third, I think you'll be about 4 or 5, maybe even 6 points to the good going into Michigan. So that's 6 positions basically that you could slide and still win, or still make it into the next round. If you have an issue at the end of Michigan, of course, that's assuming you run third at the end of this thing. But hey, you know what? How about instead of running third at
Hopefully we can get this top 3 or go for the win here.
I was about to say, how you know what? Let's forget about this
good
whole
finish
top
here.
3 and trying to get the points. How about let's just go out there and win these next 2 races and really prove why you're in this championship fight.
That's the ultimate goal, was to win. But we'll see what happens, though.
So you guys restarting right now, or are you guys going one more time round? It looks like everybody's gonna start, stopping.
One more time.
Okay, well, hey, you know what? I'll be talking to you in Victory Lane. I'll say that with confidence. I'll be talking to you in Victory Lane.
Right there.
You might be there partying with someone else who actually
sir.
won the race, but I'll be talking to you in Victory Lane.
All right, sir. Thank you, sir.
Because we all know Gull will
Shot
go
race.
wherever the party is. So yeah, here we go. Going to the restart here this time. Green flag is in the air. And the 4 car is going to try and break away. The 14, though, back up to the top 3. They've just kind of, everybody behind these front 2 have cycled so much at this point. Like these front 2, it's pretty much always Dodge Dakota and either the 42 or that 54 from earlier. But we've got some interesting drivers. We got both the non-playoff drivers are actually in the top 5 right now. It looks like running 3rd and 4th. We've got Dodge Dakota running 1st though, and it looks like he will be storming on to at least a lead here. Of course, nothing is guaranteed. Yeah, no race is a guarantee until you see that checkered flag fly, but certainly has got to give some confidence to the drivers of the cars to know that, or to the driver of the car of that number 4 to know that he's working on building up a pretty big lead already. Yeah, so right now we got the 42. Oh, looks like, are they slowing down for a caution? Yep. Looks like they are, so. Well, let's. Wait, what happened to bring out this one anyway? Oh. Looks like it might have been the 9 involved. We got a cluster coming onto the pit lane now. Who do we want to talk to? You know what? Let's dial up Warrior on it, since he's not a playoff contender, but he's been doing really well. Hey, 11, you got a copy? Eleven car, you got a copy?
Oh wait, that's me. Yeah.
Yeah, that would be you, Warrior. How's the car handling so
I'm so
far
used to you calling
tonight?
me by my name and not by my number.
I don't know. It's hard to tell what people respond to at this point. Sometimes they just ignore me completely.
Yeah, this 11 car, it's seen as better shares. I can't seem to get a good long run car. Been playing it all day. If it's a 5-lap fest, I might have a chance at doing it. But
How many laps you guys got to go anyway?
than
Is
that,
it like 5 laps to go, really? Or are you just saying
no,
that
we
because
got
that's how?
about I'm just saying that's how terrible my handling of the car is.
Yeah.
I've just been battling. I can't get any longevity out of it.
Mm-hmm.
But we're at we're going on to 234 of 250 when we come by the line this time.
Okay. Well, good luck in the rest of the race. Maybe I'll be talking to you in victory lane
We're
and you'll
going
be playing
green,
spoiler.
so.
Yep, going green. With about 25 laps left in this one. Oh! 11 car goes up the track and gets pushed on the rear bumper there on the restart by the 14. But right now we've got a battle right for the race lead, which is something we've seen the 4 car drive away from usually. But of course, maybe the 54 has been saving something that he's not shown to Dodge yet. Maybe now, of course, fuel is not an issue for any of these drivers. With the fact that we have had a caution now within like 20 laps at the end of the race, or something like that. I mean, if we're 35 lap or 235 out of 250, we're we're within about 20 laps of the race ending, so they should be pretty easily able to make it on fuel from here. And so I guess if you guys have been hiding anything from Dodge, now would be a pretty good time to show it, because, well, you're not going to win it from hanging back there. Yeah, you're not going to win the race from being back in the pack, but actually, the 42 has an issue. Not sure if he got spun or if he just spun himself out accidentally there. But yeah. Ow, what was that sound? But yeah, so it looks like though the 54 is trying to. Oh, wait. Oh, looks like we're getting a caution for something. Okay. Wasn't exactly sure what happened because I don't know what that sound was, but it hurt my ear. Yeah, so it looks like we are under caution yet again. And this is going to basically give another shot to someone to outdo this this 4 car, or even stay out and just beat the 4 car to the line here. Of course, this could get pretty dicey. Like, who do we got staying? Like, who all is staying out versus coming in? Looks like the 54 and the 14. Are they the only two? Yikes! I would not want to be either of them on this restart, because they are going to be hounded on the start and restarts here, or on the restart here, because they've got older tires. Of course, not too much older. I mean, we've only been running for like what, 3, 4, 5 laps under green this run, so I mean, staying out isn't necessarily a end all, but it's nowhere near as good as the 4 fresh tires that the number 4 car has. So there we go. We've got ourselves the little cars lined up. We aren't doing an interview under this caution, mainly because I didn't realize it was happening until they were already pretty much had already finished up like 90% of the caution stuff. So here we go, coming out of turn 4 this time. Restart with about 20 to go. And the 4 car is going to have to try and pass his way to the front rather than just being handed it by being out front already. Oh, and he puts the nose to the inside coming off of 2, but it looks like the 94, or the 54 is going to try and hold it off the high side. They are battling back and forth to back to the line. And if that had been the final lap, I don't know who would have won that, but of course it doesn't. It isn't the final lap, and now Dodge Dakota is back out in front of the field, and Warrior up to second. Looks like the third place is going to end up going to the 14 of Tino. No, 54 is able to pull back down in front of him. And then the 9 moves Tino behind him. Of course, right now you're trying to count out your points for some of these guys. I'm sure are starting to count out points, trying to figure out how much of a pad they can get going into the race. Of course, at some points, like for the 54 on that restart, I'm sure he wasn't counting points. He was going for the win. But at this point, now that you're kind of slipped back a bit, you're kind of just focusing on, okay, where are my points lying, and can I get to this next car in front of me to gain 1 point? Rather than real. Oh, and the 11 car and the 14, the two non-playoff contenders collide, and that's going to be another caution and another restart. So now now another decision on, do you go for fresh tires or do you go for the track position? And then, oh, the 9 car got spun out coming to the line. Looks like he spun himself around there. Not necessarily that he got spun out, like I said there. Hey, Dodge Dakota, you got a copy?
Yes, sir, buddy. I got you.
Well, you're back to leading the race. You think you're going to be able to stay there now that we're under our, 100th caution of the night?
Oh, the race is over, buddy.
Oh, the race is over? I didn't know that. Okay.
Yeah, the race is over.
Yeah, I don't have any way of telling that the race is over. Well, congrats on what I believe was the win. Then for you.
Yes, sir.
Well, congrats on the win. Second win
Yes.
in a or third win in a row for you. I don't know.
Third, yeah.
I've lost track.
Back to back.
You win so much, I've lost count.
I think it's 2 back to back.
No, because you won Dover.
Yeah, 2. Yeah,
you
2
won Dover
wins in
entering the
playoffs.
Yeah, but you won Dover, which was the final race before the playoffs as well.
That's right. Yeah, so I swept all 3.
Yes, you've won both of the playoff races, and you won the race right before the playoffs as well. Well, congratulations, Dodge, on that one.
Yes.
I didn't even realize that the race was over because, of course, no lap counter, and there's literally no way now for me to tell when the race is over. So.
Exactly. No, you're good. But all overall, Stuart Haas, both of the Stuart Haas cars, I think, were really strong tonight. We had a great Busch beer, and Rodney Childress on top of the pit box called the right calls, and I got thank everybody back at the shop. I got to thank D Smooth. He was racing clean, cracking, a little bit aggressive, but that's Bristol, baby. But all these guys, man, that I race with every week are really, really fun.
Yep.
I know they're tired of me winning, but I'm gonna try to transfer this win over to Thursday night race.
Yeah, of course.
If I can get a win on Thursday, I'll be good. But Thursday's gonna be a hard night. That's gonna be a good night. I don't think I'm gonna get the W.
Could you let me know who also finished second? Because I want to try and do the interviews in order, but I don't know who finished where.
I don't. Who was second? Who was second? Kraken.
Okay.
Kraken, then Be Smooth.
Okay. Well, good job on the win, Dodge. That's a few more bonus points to your credit, and you're also pretty much guaranteed into this next round.
Yeah, just hopefully keep the momentum up. That's all I want, is just to keep the momentum going. I'm going to go down here in Victory Lane and celebrate with the guys, riding children.
So, here we go. Now we got... Hey, Kraken, you got a copy?
Yeah. What you got, Ron?
Well, second place. You can't be too upset over that. I mean, especially coming in 8th on the grid, 3 points below. You're probably going to exit now to the good on this playoff grid.
I'm hoping. I really I really practiced this track. I kind of ran it slow as possible, slow and steady. I just couldn't run my fastest times that I used to run, but
Well,
if it wasn't
hey.
for Dodge, I would have won.
Well, to be honest though, you're gonna be above the cut line, that's for sure. Going into Michigan next week, so you think you're gonna be able to hold on to that playoff spot to continue into the next round?
I hope so, because I should be pretty good at Michigan by next Tuesday.
Well, good luck and congratulations on a second place finish. That'll also help in case of a tiebreaker, because your best finish is what determines your best finish during the season is what determines your tiebreaker, or best finish in the round or something like that.
All right.
So, yeah.
Now if we can knock B Smooth out, we'll be good.
Yeah, I don't see that happening, but yeah. Good luck in the rest of the playoffs, though.
All right, thank you, Ryan.
Hey, B Smooth, third place finish there, right?
What's up, big man? Yeah, third place, man. Thanks to Chuck spinning at the line there.
Yeah, it just seemed like everything went nutty there at the end. It seemed like a very short run as well at the end. I lost count of the laps and whatnot.
Yeah, if that last caution wouldn't have came out, I feel like I would have had something for those guys up front. They were a little bit on the older tires, and I had 4 fresh ones. So I hated to see the caution come out, but, it's all good. We'll take care of business next week in Michigan, make sure we're in the final 6.
Yeah, well, you were the best in points coming into this race of the guys that was really concerned about points coming into this race. So, of course, third place finish is going to help you in that respect. Does that kind of comfort you going into Michigan, knowing that you've got a pretty good points lead, especially over guys like Chiller who have been really good but have struggled to finish the last couple of races?
I think at the end of the day, it's all about winning, and I'm happy to have the cushion, but the goal's a championship, and that just helps the goal. So as long as that cushion's still there, I think we'll still contend for the win.
Well, congrats on the third place finish. Maybe you can convert it into a win next week at Michigan.
Appreciate it, man.
And I'm going to conclude that for interviews tonight, just purely
about Betty White, my man.
Just purely because I wasn't really sure what was going on with like where everybody finished and whatnot. So, but yeah, congrats though to everybody that was here tonight, and we hope to see you guys all back here for Michigan in a week when we have a really tight points battle on our hands. So, thank you guys all for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video stream or whatever you guys are doing with the rest of your tomorrow. Bye.